Laid-back camp on Otakon 2019, the cold winter air that stings the warmth of a fire after the long hike, the view of the sunrise in the early morning. The small joys of camping can be experienced anywhere a tent can be set up. Afro, a manga artist for Yamanashi Prefecture, set to capture these small pleasures on their series Laid-back camp, later adapted into a TV series by C Station in 2018. Otakon chronicles the trips of the Outdoor Activities Club, a small high school group of girls who love nothing more than to check out camping spots around Japan. The series holds an incredible wholesome tone throughout its entire run with stories that feel more grounded and human than anything else. Rin Shima, one of the main characters, is elated when she gets a new portable grill to try out. The biggest dilemma she ever encounters is trying to check into the campsite before it closes because she spent too much time enjoying a cute cafe. The series struck a chord with fans both in Japan and abroad enough that Otakon invited some of the show's top creative staff to the series convention. Director for the series Yoshiaki Kokoku, planning producers Shuichi Hota and Sayuri Hara, the voice actors of Chiaki Ogaka make their way to Washington, D.C. for a slate of panels and interviews that talk about the production of the series, its global popularity, and what the future holds for the little camping club. Hota said plans to produce Laid-back camp and started 2015, back when he first read the manga. He said the cute characters, interesting setting, and Afro's ability to capture the unique characteristics of each campsite and the nature of the Yamanashi Prefecture made for the great series to adapt. As a Japanese person, I feel like a lot of Japanese people might not understand what it is about Japan that is beautiful. Hota said, I feel like it's an anime. We're able to illustrate that. Afro will regularly go to Tokyo for Yamanashi Prefecture for scenario writing meetings with the staff and, according to Kyoko and Hota, was very receptive to whatever their team wanted to do. For they began gathering staff and funding, which is when they approached Crunchyroll Japan for distribution and co-production. Hota said it was natural to go draw foreign investors because the outdoor theme for the series could sell well overseas. We started asking them about helping us spreading word about the show. Hota said in an interview with Anime News Network, the Crunchyroll people were very helpful and were able to publicize it. I hear the streaming was very successful. They were a great partner to have. Since there's not much drama, as Kyoko described it in the series, by far the most important task for the staff was to capture the real-life locations in a way that will even make with their camping appealing. They said while the manga was not well known when it started production, Kyoko said he was moved by the people he met during their location research. Maybe even more so than scenery, we were struck by the humanity of the people, Kyoko said. That's what we were trying to convey too. The staff in fact did a lot of camping themselves to prepare for the series, but Kyoko appeared to have the most dedication. He even made camping by himself to understand why the character Reid appreciated so much. He had this preconceived notion that the camping was going with a bunch of people having a good time, but the going alone was a whole different beast. Kyoko said, it really opened my eyes to the beauty of camping. The group also described one of the most notorious trips, the time they stayed overnight at Lake Motosu, a campsite featured in the first episode. Hota, Kyoko, the scenario writer and production leader, went for what they described as a very cold and wet time. After we got to start fire or will die, Hota said, describe how they all had to collect firewood the night they stayed. It was raining all day and night, and in the morning the rain stopped in Mount Fuji, looking really beautiful. Kyoko said, having the experience moved me, and that's what made me include that in the first episode. The voice cast joined later in production, with Hota noting the team auditioned about 40 people for each character. Haru said she was only allowed to audition for 2 characters out of the main cast and chose Nadeshiko Takamihara and Chiaki Ogaka, and eventually made the cut to play Chiaki. Haru told Anime News Network she was drawn to them because they are both very frank with their emotions. Like, when they're eating they just shout out that it's good. Haru said, I want to play them because I could relate to emotions just coming to them. A notable addition to the voice cast is Akio Otsuka, famously known as Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid franchise, as the narrator. Usually, when the club is learning camping tips and tricks, Otsuka's low, almost voice of God, like presence will appear to explain camping best practices. Kyoko said he was quite surprised when he saw Otsuka's name on the audition, like it is primarily know him as Pato for Ghost in the Shell. Ota said, when Otsuka read the explanation for starting a fire with pine cones at the first episode, the staff found it too hilarious and fitting to go with anyone else. Since it's just a cast of girls, I think we need something with more than a chill tune, so we can choose a male narration, Yukoko said. We had originally planned on having a female narrator, Hirota added. For an anime all about girls camping, having a male narrator was kinda taboo. We decided to throw down the gauntlet and try something new. Layback Camp's unique soundtrack was also the interest of fans, including the happy opening Shiny Days by Asaka and the calm, collective ending For You Biori by Eri Sasaki. Kyokoko Hotta explained the aim for the opening was to feel like you're in your car, excited to be heading to a campsite, but the ending theme left you feeling like starting into a late night fire. When asked about the original soundtrack by Akiyuki Takayama, Hotta and Kyokoko emphasized how they wanted to make the particular distinct sound of the show. In Japan, it's labeled as Irish music. We wanted it to have this kind of dancing feel to it. Hata said, usually in TV anime, you just make music that can be used as you need it. But for Layback Camp, we made 7 different tracks for each of the campsite. Yukoko said, the feel of each of the campsites is different, so we wanted to make sure that each place was individually represented. After the premiere of Layback Camp, Yamanashi Prefectures will see a boom of tourism, with scores of people going on a camping and place featured in the show. If you triplicate the visitors at the Lake Mototsu campsite, according to the campsite's owner, neighboring campsites also reported an influx of campers hoping to experience the same sights as an outdoor activities club. Yukoko describes this rise in camping tourists as a huge victory for us. The popularity of the show also completely surprised the staff. Haruhi even admitted she thought the series was super Japanese. Hotta told Anime News Network the staff never made any specific distinctions between Japanese or American anime fans during production, rather than focus on just trying to make a good show. I believe this isn't anything too different between the audiences. The overlap theme is global. Back then, if it made something that would capture Japanese fans' heart, it will capture American fans' heart too. Yesterday, a lot of American fans said that they related to Rin and had the Japanese fans say the same thing. I believe there's lots of common ground, Hotta said. During Anime News Network's interview with the staff, the topics and Nadeshiko's future selling camping equipment came up, and it was noted that the REI camping goods store was located near the convention center. Haru and the others will later post a photo on Twitter for a visit to the store. Just as the team hopped to join the connection that camping brings truly has no borders. The new short series, Heiakyan, premiered next January. A movie with a second season schedule, Layback Camp has a lot of horizon. With fans eager wait for any details. Hotta told Anime News Network they are currently working in a scenario writing. Kyoko described the team's process of reflecting on Season 1 and how it will flow into future works. Season 1 was about Nadeshiko. Funnier group in the show that makes the camping appealing, and the second season we might find a move away from the just small camps and further journeys. Kyoko said, when you travel alone, it gives you an opportunity to reflect. I think the cast reflecting on themselves and their relationships would be a central theme of the journey. That's all I can say.